Alright, so let's get back into it. I'm just going to use my phone for accessing OpenRouter. Yeah, OpenRouter models. Okay. Like, because essentially I think that what happened with this other one is that its context window is too small. So we need to use something like Claude. Perhaps Claude Haiku. Let's see what that does. RPG, wait, where's defaults? I think I got that in here. No, I don't. All right, so P3.7 Sonnet. So let's just set up in the build the model we're going to use. Anthropic. Cloud 3.7 Sonnet. Let's go into a terminal. So essentially whatever O3 mini coded me, that actually works, right? That's confirmed. Whatever, it's using fast MCP properly and everything like that. What Quen 2.5 coder 32B instruct did is bougie. It's nothing. It's horrible. It's not bougie. It's fucking, it's bullshit is what it is. Okay, so now we're gonna run. We're gonna run our terminal. The fuck? Is there just not enough space? Is that what? Okay, there we go. All right, so I suppose we should just take the first argument as the model, since that's like the thing that we really kind of want. But we'll get there. Oh, should we take, well, let's see. Let's see what happens. It's going to try to think anyway, so it's asking for a thought. Is it going to be able to do it? I'll create a comprehensive MCP server that wraps Armor Wallet API client. Let me think. Notation first. Okay. Okay. Organize the functionality into logical groups, implement the proper error handling, and ensure type safety throughout. Okay. Comprehensive MCP server that wraps the armor. Okay, let me think through the implementation approach first. Okay, so this is what happens when you try to use a thinking prompt with a thinking model, right? So I should essentially try to be able to also tell it here, like, thinking equals a no. Oh, and look at that, I still used 145,000 input tokens and 1204 output tokens. So let's just take a very simple approach. Okay. Let's just say I mean, these can all be arguments essentially. All right, so yeah, it got nowhere near using 2048. Well, actually, the other one did. What did it use? 30 something something. Yeah, so but probably not 2048 on that final piece. So let's go back over here, and let's just say let's just duplicate this as a thought. Okay, so this is why this is like this is essentially where I started making prowl stack, is like when prompts started to get like more intricate and like modular, I was like, oh gosh, all right, I need to do this. So that's essentially why I ended up making like a full-on orchestrator. But this here is a, you know what, fuck it. Like I said, I'm just really trying to get to just straight to the point here. No funny business. So yeah. Delete. What? Delete. Okay. Now, I know also that Claude 3.7 Sonnet, it's expecting this to be in a specific type of thing. So it's going to like think anyway, and then the thinking is not going to be part of its output. It's going to be outputting directly certify. I think that's what it's going to think, so to speak. All right, so just write me the code directly, Claude 3.7 Sonnet. Oh, geez. Okay, you know what? Fine. I see how it is. So first off, let's just do this. Okay, so let's save that. Let's call this think, right? And then we'll just take this out. So let's just assume we're going to use a thinking model and to begin with. Which essentially means this. We're going to have to capture the Python code, and instead of trying to stop at it at the 3 backticks, you see how it stopped there? So instead of trying to stop at the 3 backticks, what we have to do, man, Claude 3.7 Sonnet is expensive. Let's see. Yeah, input is $3 and output is $15. That's a lot of dollars. So there is that. Maybe we don't need to go so quite overkill, but I am interested in seeing what it's going to output. Like, it didn't want to do it for me on the unpaid free version of non-pro Claude, so I'm assuming that in the paid version of the API, since we're just paying through a third-party provider, well, we're routing through them, so essentially, our best offer. So what does this mean? This means that we are doing something here where we say thinking is true. If it's true, it's going to be false. So thinking, you know, it's like, does thinking mean the model thinks, or that we need to think in the prompt? We'll just say use COT equals false for now. And then essentially use COT source think think.md and then source. Right. Let's see what people are saying. That's them commits. I got my stream in 2 hours. All right. Should probably escape and try to do some more touching of grass before that happens, because who knows how long that will go. Drink some more water as well. So, all right, check this out. MCP code. Here's the complete implementation. Blah 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 blah. Elapsed 9.199. It only took you 9 seconds to not give me anything because you hit the stop thing. So we're gonna take out the stops. If use COT, else nothing. Just give it no stops. So we're default to false on use COT, so that means BAP. I could just build and let's see what it's just, let it finish it out. Let it do its thing. It's going to comment. So we'll just capture whatever happens inside of the Python files or something like this. If it decides to name those, right, we could probably have it do that. The thing is that we could make it so that it outputs this whole thing, like this next piece feeds into another prompt that just asks it directly, make this into an SH file, like take the code, your response, make that into an SH file. That just sets up the whole project. But I mean, that could be something that we could use a different model for. Because yeah, this is going to be, you will see. If it's $15 for per million output token, so that means per if we go, what, 10x down from a million, there's 100,000. So 100x down, it's 10,000. Right, so if you go 10,000, let's just say, then we could do 100x down. So it should essentially cost 1.5 cents, depending. We'll see how long it actually takes and what it actually does. This is trepidatious waiting for this thing. I should have the token output on this one so that run a token event. Also to just get used to the token event. Also, I should really pedantic out those fucking token event things, but all right. Neither here nor there, because I don't like Prowl having any sort of come on, do your thing. I don't really want to. One of the key concepts of the prompt owl interpreter is that it can do everything that it does without having to include any requirements. So it requires nothing. It just does the orchestration of your thing, and then you use whatever else you want on top of that. Jesus, it's taking a while. I'm glad we're just getting this all back into a thing. I hope it's really worth it. I hope Claude 3.7 Sonnet actually does some shit that's cool. Oh my no! Can't generate it? What do you mean it can't generate it? It was generated. Oh no. 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 What happened? Align conditioning. So it gets the output, tries to align the conditioning. So this is like helper function for automatic continuation. And then if it's not multi-line, make sure to trash multi-line hallucinations. Right, if it is multi-line, just check auto continues, strip stops. Is it because there are no stops? I do have to use a stop at least. Oh my god. So I just wasted like either 15 cents or 1.5 cents, which is not that big of a deal. But 15 cents for one test run and waiting all that time just to get nothing. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hook up an event. And it's a little bit more straightforward if you're just using prowl directly instead of prowl stack. Prowl. Alright, so we should go, if it does like if it does one of these, 3 things in a thing, like, you know, we don't want any of that shit. None of that stuff has to come into context anywhere or whatever. So that's a stop. Okay. Let's first off make this a little bit nicer now. Yeah. Yep. And then we got a continue ratio here. All right, so now then, excuse me. Now then, we have to, so we are using some stop, right? Now, this is actually something that could happen to you while using PromptL. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attempt to update some of this and directly deal with this type of an issue. For now, let's just, let's see, let's go token event equals token event. All right, so what was it, like text variable or something like this? G's prowl fill. Wish there was some way to type those functions. Probably is, I just don't know about it. So that's the variable event, but this is going to be on a token. So this happens during this part. Token event. I wonder where it's like, how could I get that into the actual like IDE interface, this information about what are the arguments that need to happen on a token event? Does it have to, should I set up a class essentially? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Run async. All right, this is where we're running. Where's my token event, yo? Stream callback, text, finish reason, variable name. I guess it really doesn't make sense to use KW args there. But does it also mean that I should, so like I have to define it with those argument names, but I could just do a star quargs, right? I'm just not necessarily down for that. Print text. So is it just the text? Is it really just the text? End equals nothing. All right, so I popped in a token event callback there, and now I'm streaming back out the token streams to standard IO just to see what's happening, so I don't get bored watching Claude. All right, now let's go through this. It's thinking. Is that the case? Is there anything else that I have to put into this thing? Is it just having problems? Wait. Stop. Stop. Did it just not happen? Let's get off of Claude 3.7 Sonnet for a second so that I can like check myself before I wreck myself. Okay, let's use try something a little bit more simple. For instance, what do we got for GPTs? For a mini GPT 4.5 preview, Jesus, that's probably gonna be super expensive. What about Gemini 2.0 Flash Thinking? This is a free version. What? It has a 1.5 million token context, 1.05 million token context window. That's amazing. Yeah, okay. All right, Gemini. Let's see what you got. What is it good for? What is this? Flash Thinking. It's a snapshot of Gemini 2.0 Flash Thinking. Experimental mode is an experimental mode that's trained to generate the thinking process the model goes through as a part of the response. Thinking mode is capable of stronger reasoning capabilities and responses rather than Gemini Flash mode. So essentially, the difference between using a thinking model and using a non-thinking model is that if you try to make a thinking model go through a chain of thought process in prompting, it's not going to answer that correctly because that's just not how it's trained. Okay, so let's just try to use this free one. I mean, why not? Why not for now, for the moment? I'll just, let's just say model is equal to Google Gemini 2.0 Flash Thinking Experimental free. Yay, I love free. Okay. So let's run that. I'm not quite sure why my stuff is not coming back, but we'll see. It might also have a problem creating a folder with the oh holy shit. What? Okay, so actually this might just be a prompting thing. So let's put everything in its own thing, right? Okay, so write the code for server.py. Because look at this, look at what it's trying to do here. It's just trying to not really not really the real dilly. So I got a better result from going through O3 mini high, which means, the price of this might just be a fixed thing. Write the code for server.py. So let's go through this. MCP code 2048 0.0. And we'll give it one of these, just in case. We'll give it one of those. When wrapping the functionality, keep it organized. Use the API functions instead of... So this is going to be called coding instructions. You see, what the most interesting thing that I find about, what is programming if not a mix between mathematics and literature, right? You're reading, you're comprehending, you're writing essentially poetry in the form of something that is akin to mathematics. It's a language that expresses mathematics and other things. Well, all the things that mathematics can express, right? So writing prompts for me feels a lot like writing code, and that just feels a lot like literature to me, like reading, editing skills, comprehension, etc. And that's all it is. Except now the idea is that I'm just mapping my comprehension of what I know needs to be there into the quote-unquote comprehensive ability of an LLM to understand instructions that are mixed along with style, and they're sort of collapsed inside of this superstructure, which is not exactly the same thing as comprehension. So anyway, wrapping the functionality, keep it organized, use the API functions instead of re-implementing them, write production-ready code and include persistent logging. Make sure on the endpoints to use type-dict models. Obviously, persistent logging with cycling and gzipping. Make sure the endpoints use a type-dict models for arguments instead of defaulting to any. Code the complete set of endpoints for the fast MCP server. Okay, so one thing that definitely changed between this last test and the other one was that MCP server using okay, so I mean, flash attention, I'm not sure if flash attention is going to be the best thing to use on here, right? But if it's thinking with flash attention and blah 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 blah, let's try it again. But what I really don't want is it to be using okay, so think about it. Attempt to only define the code for server.py, which will have the high level fast MCP endpoints. Okay, and then we also want to make sure that it doesn't include, so it needs to include armor client.py in the, so we're going to include armor client.py in the server code. When wrapping functionality, keep it organized. Use the API functions instead of re-implementing them. Write production-ready code and include persistent logging with cycling and gzipping. Make sure on the endpoints the type-dict models for arguments instead of defaulting to any. Code the complete set of endpoints for the fast MCP server. So, I mean, coming back to that conversation about literature and coding is I've always had a taste for literature, and my grandmother was an editor for her whole life until she basically never, almost never retired until she was very old. So So like, yeah, code the complete set of endpoints for the fast MCP server. Okay, so the point of that is, okay, MCP for server scope, Armor MCP. The server will wrap Armor while its client.py whose code is here. Okay, so that's like essentially all, you know, this is all me, right? And then, I mean, obviously like instructions or something like this would be part of that. And then, all right, so let's use it like that. With Gemini, this is free, so you know we're just gonna run it. This is great for testing, debugging stuff, but it's not great for model capability. But it is great for finding instructions that, you know, understanding how dumb LLMs would see things. Oh wait, what the fuck? Is it done? What? Okay, it listened. Whoa, let's okay. That's funny. If I switch this to MD instead of Prowl, which makes total sense. You know, we can see color coding for things as if they were Python functions or whatever inside of embedded strings or something like this, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. What if I made this JS? It would still be colored nicely. Okay, that's a fucking no-brainer. All right, so what do we get here under Google Server Pi? Let me just take out this. Right, license, initialize the client, clean up resources, Armor wallet access token, that looks right. Environment variable not set, nice. API client, logger info. This is great. This is a great setup. Where's the rest of my code though? It's because you know why? It's because I set that token up, didn't it? Isn't it? So let's go back over to build, and let's just go back to using one thing, and let's not use thinking models for the moment, or even try to do the whole thinking process, because it seems that the models can kind of do this on their own. So again, the reason I'm using prowl fill here instead of the prowl stack and run is that the scope of this whole thing is just one script and kind of like one input variable, and I'm just like seriously riffing on testing here. This is not something that I would put into production at all using prowl.fill, just simply because like it's just not what most people would touch, I guess, right? The code for it can't generate the value. So the other thing is like when you can't generate the value for something, it's because like either the stops are off or something along those lines, right? Like what I can do here to make it actually write the code is, sure, here's the code for server.py in Python, right? And then it does that. Now let's try to see if it can generate the code. Because what it's trying to do is, oh. Okay. Well, that was even a different error. Okay, so basically like, all right, write the code for server pi in Python. Let's just try it with this, you know, let's just do it how we were doing it before. And let's leave it let's leave this how it was before. Except let's make this like something stupid that would never happen, like that. All right. Again, I don't know why. So that's the other thing, is like most of the coding that I do. Okay. Oh. 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 Ho. Ho 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 ho. Okay, did it run out of... Didn't run out of anything. Had plenty of shit left. That was only 14. I mean, this is a free model. Jeez, that was good. That was faster than Sonnet and way cheaper because it was free. Derp. Okay, wait. Let's see what it says. Let's see what it put in here. Server has challenged. So, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fuck this up in post. Though, here's the thing. Why did it stop at get token? Is there a limit that they placed on this one thing on the free version or something like that? Because this is definitely did not use up dick for completion tokens. It didn't use up 2048 at all. Okay. Is it getting this right? Is it doing so? It's doing tools. That's perfect. Conversion request, all that stuff getting imported automatically from... It's just importing all of it directly. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so... There is no API. Oh, geez. Oh, man. Okay, so yeah, we got this whole thing where it stopped in the middle of that, and I am not sure why. So what I'm going to try to do is put that on top of a proper dealio. So, get token. So, what's going on is that I'm probably going to need a different... Let's just look up some Gemini. What else we got? Flash. So this is thinking Flash 1. Wow, and it cost 40 cents per output token. What does it also do? Well, maintaining quality on par with larger models like Gemini Pro 1.5. Faster time to first token. It introduces notable enhancements in multimodal understanding, coding capabilities, complex instruction following. Okay. Yeah, output tokens are 40 cents. This is a nice buy. All right, so Gemini 2.0 Flash 001. Let's see if that one does any better. Essentially, we're already saving this in the we're already saving that, but whatever. Like, we're saving it over here because it's part of the folder name now. Gemini 2.0 flash 001. So we're just going to try flash the way it was. So that was a thinking model, and it actually did great job without thinking, right? So, and also by using this model, it was expecting some sort of an output, because that's the other thing. We're using a completions endpoint, which is like v1/completions on the prowl, like when prompt owl is connecting to an LLM service. But technically, the chat completions endpoint is what some of these models only have. So they've made this map, probably an open router that maps between completions and not like completion-based and chat completion-based endpoints. You know, because it's like different formatting, basically. You know, to dumb it down a bit. So, all right, let's just run that, see what happens. This is pretty cool. It's definitely not costing like a thing. If we did, what did we do the last one? There was like only 1494 completion tokens, which is definitely not what we, you know, and the input tokens, okay, that's more. Oh. Okay. Wait. Did it understand? Did it understand okay. We should say import. That way, see, that's, I said include. So let's just take that one back and then go back. Do that one more time. So, you know, there are certain tokens which have, so if you think about it like this, like when I think of the output that I want from this, there's a certain output distribution. That's like some space in some vast open, that's like some point in some vast open space. And I'm trying to get to that point. Like I could see where it is, but I don't know how to get there. So what I'm doing is, okay, that looks, but it didn't. Is it because of stopping? Did it? What's the finish reason? I didn't put out the finish reason. Jesus. What do I got here? Let's see if my previous video like worked out. Yeah, it did. All right. So Google Gemini 2.0 Flash 001. I mean, because if we're using chain of thought or whatever, then that's going to be. Did it just like decide to finish there? Oh, we only gave it 220. So what did it actually fucking write? Oh. Wait a minute. Did it? It wrote it. It wrote it, but then it tried to continue. Wait. What did it do? Oh. Wait a minute. So Did it just try to like code it twice? Okay, is it expecting? Okay, let's go up. Did it use a tool? Did it use a resource? Tool. Okay, I did notice that O1 Mini did some stuff with resources instead of just everything being a tool. Tool. Oh. Armor MCP equals fast MCP armor MCP. Okay, great. Authentication example replaced with a secure method. Yeah. I mean, guys, we need to get on top of that one. Okay, so all right then. It made some tools. Oh. Handle API call func args error message API call failed. Return await func blah blah blah. Okay, cool. So it does like a logging type of, it handles API calls essentially. Is that what it's using over here? Client login? I mean, no. Create rotating file handler, rotating handler for rotating file handler. So like, did that, so the second thing is, did this actually, yep, okay, there it is. It's in this one. I'll just take off the extra Python shit. So it did go server.py first, right? And then it started to repeat itself. Yeah. It just decided at this point that it was just going to start repeating itself instead of finishing this. So for instance, how far did it get? And that was 2004. So you know what? How many tokens is this actual thing? You know, 40. Let's try 4096, shall we? All right. So then, so like this one that was made by O3 Mini High. I don't know why I put it under test, but yeah, just testing shit. Okay. First off, it works. Prompt is intended to be surfaced as a UI element. Like, just O3 Mini, just good fucking job all around on this task for creating MCPs. Like, you know, who's better at making MCPs? Is it O1 Mini? Is it Claude 3.7 Sonnet? Is it one of the Quen models? Is it that Quen Coder thing that just came out? In fact, I want to find that one. So let's just like. So much web content, so much code. Okay, so I want to find, like, look at this. It just did that well. And then if you look over here on this one, it's trying to do like, so maybe. Maybe is this one doing this thing? Is it doing the? It's treating it like fast API essentially. Like, okay, and I know this is just made to like give you a starting point or something like this. So I really, in the end, I don't even really think that this matters so much. But I just wanted to see like which one is actually better at giving us a proper like output. And what I think I'm probably just going to do is I'm just going to work with O1 Mini High and just tell it, hey, can you finish just popping the rest of these out, right? You know, I could try one more. I could try one more over here and just see what happens. Let's go with, okay, so what is, so first off, there's like a Quen model that was released. Olympic Coder. I don't feel that that's probably going to be. Actually, let's just go browse all models. And then like filter them for. Oh man, I should probably sleep a little bit before I got this meeting. So many multimodal models coming out, which are cool and stuff. Just really, from a text standpoint, you know, let's not take attention away from text. Quen 2.532b instruct was shite. Like, this is, okay, look at the nuance that 03 mini high has here. It decides that it probably doesn't have much space left, you know, in its thing. But it also decides, like, MCP resource while it's all, right? And it just sets up tools and stuff, but then it sets up, like, a resource where you're, like, getting while it's endpoint and intended for read-only operations just to get, you know, whatever. It's like a resource, right? That was never, I didn't see that in any of the other models that I've tried so far. And Claude just fucking basically refuses to output anything. Let me try it with Claude now. This. Oh yeah. Womp. Womp. All right. So that's going. It's number 2 in programming. So this better be good, and it better not fucking fail. I gave it a new input amount. It's like nice, and I'm telling it exactly what I need from it. So essentially, like, what I could do here is just let, you know, just let people build out however they want. You know, you choose a model. You, maybe you could, like, just have a list of models inside of a YAML config file that you can just edit something easy. And then, like, you just type in a prompt. Okay. Did lifespan. That's nice. See what we got. Okay, cool. Nice. You'll focus on all that stuff. Good job. All right, and then down here. Oh, that's not that. Down here. What is this? Oh, you got cut off too, hey? Create DCA order. You also tried the same thing. Is this just a context thing? Completion tokens. So we got all the way down to DCA orders. What are the things we didn't end up using? DCA order response, cancel DCA order request. Oh, this actually turns out. All right, did it use the, okay, it got logging. That's good. App lifespan, that's nice. Okay. Wait. Oh, okay. It's using that. Lifespan equals app lifespan, great. MCP tool, login tool, create wallet, tool archive wallets, tool unarchive wallets, tool list groups, tool, 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 tool. Okay, everything is just a tool to this guy. All right, that's fine, Claude. That's fine. We can set stuff up as resources later or whatever, but until now, nobody has made this, you know, this amount of nuance in their code to start using a resource and then to start doing stuff like tools wrapping other Armor API functions can be added. So what he tries to do is it tries to get the most important stuff and then take the other rest of the stuff, stick that in a comment saying like this needs to be done, right? But I think of the cheaper models because Gemini 2.0, let's see what the cost here is. Gemini Flash 2.0. You know, 40 cents. Can't beat that for builds. Claude did like a better job though, and it used all the tokens. Yeah, see, but every single one of them, when you start to get that deep into like output context, it starts to get janky. Jank, let's just say. So there has to be something that like mitigates that output there. Wouldn't be too big of a deal. But I think the only one that actually runs here is this one, like I said. So what I'm going to go with is I'm just going to go back into... oh, I bet it's crypto. Look, there it is. All right, I'm gonna go back into chat jip. All right. Here we go. So, okay. So now I can just ask it in the rest of the context of the conversation. Hey, can you finish out the additional tools for the rest of the endpoints? I really do like being able to look at the thoughts. That is nice. But what I really want is some cheese. No, what I really want is to be able to see, you know, if this is really working or not. And I gotta go get some food. Okay. Get token details, list groups, a single group. Create wallet, archive wallets, unarchive wallets, create groups, add wallets to group, make archive wallet groups, unarchive wallet groups, remove wallets from group, get user wallets and group list, transfer tokens, create a DCA order, list DCA order, cancel DCA order. Okay, that sounds like a full stack of pancakes. Login prompt email. So, okay, prompts are like, you know, they're asking the user. It's like a prompt that the thing can like make your app say. That's what prompts are. Okay. That just pasted in nicely. Okay, so I think I got Armor MCP from the O3.